Hello, this is What's Hot and What's Not. And here today I have Jayla, and she will be talking about her role in the fashion industry. Hi, Jayla, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Thank you for
you?
coming and joining us today
Thank
on
you
What's
for
Hot and
having
What's
me.
Not.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. So, let's get right into it.
hmm
How did you get started in the fashion industry?
I got started in I got started while I was in high school. The first thing that I did getting into the fashion industry was starting a blog, and then from there I went into styling and having apparel and kind of getting deeper into it.
So, how long have your interest been in fashion?
My interest has been since I was a little kid. So pretty much all my life, I can remember growing up, like really looking at magazines and music videos, like really looking into what they wore. It even got to the point where, like, when family members would get me gifts, if I really didn't care for the clothes, then I would like express that and try to take things back. So I knew that I had a really big interest into it because I put a lot of effort and thought into like my outfits and things like that.
So, with the clothes that you didn't have interest in, did you ever try to alter them yourself with making them how you wanted them to be?
No, I just took them
Just
back.
took them back.
Yeah.
Okay. So what age did you know that you wanted fashion to be your career field?
I think it was while I was in elementary school. I started sketching and I had like tons of sketchbooks. And so what I would do was look at what outfits I saw in a magazine and just try to like sketch them out or make them my own. So that's when I was thinking early on, like maybe I should do this as a career path. I even went into looking at like culinary to go to school for that, but then fashion just kept coming up. So that's what kind of told me, this is something that you should do. And when I just could not get away from it, that's when I was like, yeah, this is like a lifelong thing for me.
So if you had a style, what would your style be as far as your fashion is concerned?
I can never determine what my style is because it's so many, it like just it's so many different things. Like every day I wear something totally different. But one of my really good friends, she told me, she was like, your style is, she would describe it as urban luxe. So
Okay.
she says I have like an urban flair to my style, but it's like luxe in the sense that it's very like polished and tailored. Because I love to wear like suits with t-shirts and sneakers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would pretty much describe like I guess the overall big picture of what my style is. But if you really look into it, I think that it's like a whole bunch of different styles.
So fashion has a lot of different corners that you can go as far as the industry.
hmm
Ultimately, what do you want to do with your career in fashion?
So ultimately, I would like to start my own business. It's been a goal of mine to become an entrepreneur. So the ultimate like career goal for me would be to start a styling studio and a boutique, like all in one. So that would be just a boutique so people can shop, but also make it a styling studio because I do style currently right now is like my 9 to 5. So I would like for that to be a part of it so that I can have basically my own styling agency and people can come and shop, but they can get styled for different events. If they need like a wardrobe revamp, makeovers, things like that.
Okay, so understanding that your path is going to be, self business.
hmm
So you're going to go into business for yourself. But have you ever thought about styling celebrities or different um, different figures in the community just to get your name out there, get people to say, "Oh, I'm gonna come to her shopping."
Yeah. So one of the things that I did to kind of start what you're talking about in high school, I got a job remotely for a styling agency, and it was personal styling and shopping. So I was doing it remote. I was living in Tennessee at the time, and the agency was in New York, or based out of New York.
Okay.
So at that point, I started styling just everyday women for whether they were like wedding guests or needing like makeovers. And then recently I've kind of branched out. I had the opportunity to style a video shoot, so a local artist
Okay.
style his cover shoot for his project that he recently came out with. So I do want to go into that and get more opportunities to style people locally and in other areas.
Okay. So on in addition to you styling people, what have you done in order to get the ball rolling for you to start moving towards your career as far as having your own fashion studio and styling studio?
So what I've done is, practice with like family members and friends and kind of giving style tips. I give my family style tips or kind of put their looks together every day. So working for that agency was one of the main things that helped me to kind of get myself out there because that was a job that I had and it looks good on my resume. Also, something else that I've kind of done, I branched out into another aspect of fashion, so bridal.
Okay.
I became a bridal stylist last year and worked for one place, and now I'm back in bridal styling, so that kind of helps. And what's cool about what I do now is that the where I work, is a franchise, but it's essentially a small business. So I'm kind of learning how to run a business and like keeping all the aspects of a stylist and learning how to like do that. So when I do branch off like fully on my own, I have everything that I need.
So, as far as your boutique goes, when you begin styling, are you interested in jewelry, apparel, and shoes, or will it just be apparel? What are your
The whole nine.
whole
So
nine?
yeah, I feel like it can't just be apparel because the shoes and the jewelry also complete the look.
Okay.
So anytime I'm styling someone, I do focus heavily on just the outfit, but I will throw in, shoes of course, but like some jewelry and stuff in there to complete the look.
So we all know that hair makes your outfit. Will you focus on hair as well in your studio?
No,
No.
no, I have no interest in hair really. Yeah, I feel like hair is like whatever you want it to be that day. It does need to kind of fit the look, but it's just whatever. I don't think that I would add that, but who knows? Maybe I would one day.
Okay. So we have a few shirts on display for us today.
Mhm.
Could you tell me a little bit about your apparel and also your logo?
Yes, so my apparel, this is Conscious Vibe. So the blog that I started is called Conscious Vibe, and that's the name for my business. So what I did was I started the blog a few years back, a style blog, and then I went into another aspect of that to kind of grow it as a full style brand. And in 2015, I introduced t-shirts. It was very limiting because it was just for women only, but through really looking at the analytics of my business and who follows me, I've learned that 52% is women and 48% is men. So I do cater to men, so everything is unisex. So like what I have on today, the KV crew neck, and then even like the t-shirts and things that I come out with. So I just wanted to kind of have some like merchandise that fit Conscious Vibe that people can wear to just represent the blog and myself.
Okay. So I can see that here is more of like just a t-shirt apparel. Are you interested in doing like outfits and dresses and skirts and blouses and things of that nature? Or would it stay in the unisex vibe?
So I really am like obsessed with unisex things just because I do gain a lot of inspiration from men's fashion.
Okay.
When I was younger, I had the dream to become a fashion designer and design full garments. But as I've gotten older and kind of have gotten into different parts of the business and different aspects, I don't think that I will ever come out with a full-on line of garments. I'm working on a project now that has a few pieces in it.
Okay.
So I do think that what I'll do is have stuff like this, but also like a few like one-off custom-made pieces, since I do know how to do that. But I think keeping it kind of more streetwear is where I want to go right now.
Okay. So do you have any tips you'll give people that is having trouble with styling themselves when they get ready and go out on their everyday life journeys?
A main tip I would say is find things that are functional. Functionality is huge. And always look for like inspiration. So if you're having trouble and you want to, maybe you see somebody you want to kind of look like them or emulate their style. So find that, gain inspiration from them, but also make it very functional for yourself. So a lot of things that even me, myself, I gain inspiration from a lot of people, but with the type of job that I have, I'm constantly on my feet. So I can't wear like a bomb pair of heels every day. So like putting this into myself and the tip that I give others is just find what you like and just make it functional for yourself. So make it your own. If you're kind of having trouble, and then keep it really simple. Sometimes style and like styling yourself isn't as hard as you think. So if you just keep it really simple and stick to the basics and build on those, then you'll end up having a good wardrobe.
Okay. So when would you say you mastered your tips of being calm and basic in order to evolve into your career field now as far as fashion? And then at the what point do you feel like you are in the fashion field? Do you think you can grow? Do you think you need to dial back? What are some things?
So I think like the time when I felt like maybe I mastered it was getting like positive feedback and achieving different things. So with my blog, I've achieved many different things as far as like getting certain exposure and being on different publications. And getting feedback from clients kind of lets me know that I have mastered it almost. I still think that I haven't I feel like nothing is ever mastered because it's always room to grow. And it's constantly changing, but getting that positive feedback, and when a client tells me, hey, this is exactly, if they give me their vision, I'm able to execute it for them, and they're like, this is exactly what I wanted, I feel like I've mastered it in that sense for that time being.
Okay. So when you're getting ready, what's your favorite tip that you use for yourself that you also stated previously?
When I'm getting ready, my favorite tip. So first of all, I look at like the weather and see kind of what I'm gonna wear for that day. But my favorite tip is kind of like who do I want to be that day, or like what my mood is. My mood really impacts whatever I'm gonna wear. So some days I want to look when I go to work, want to look very like polished and sophisticated. So I might put on like a suit and like a nice Oxford shoe. Or some days I kind of want to go a little bit more urban and street, but I can't get too street wear with where I work. So it might be like a pair of like mom jeans or girlfriend jeans and a nice sweater and a bomber jacket, and then I have on like some kind of cool like loafer or something. So that's like my tip for myself is what's my mood that day, or what am I trying to achieve with my look for that day. I always say like this is the look I'm going for, or trying to give off, or the vibe I'm trying to give off. So that's like the tip when I'm getting ready.
All right. So for me, I'm kind of a more girlier personality. So I always want to put on heels or like a skirt or a dress. What are some tips that you could give me in order to still be comfortable? Because I'm a host, so I stand up on my feet all day, but I still want to go in there like Gone with the Wind fabulous, as Kenya Moore would say.
So I would say this is what I do because I love, like, my heel collection actually is pretty massive, but I can't wear them all the time. So what I do is if I want to wear like a really cute dress, just get a cute pair of flats that'll kind of give you that same impact as if you had on a pair of heels. Of course, they're not going to give you the same exact look, but like a cute pair of flats. I'm really loving those, the slide-in loafers, the loafers with the open back. Yeah, the ones. Yeah, so wearing something like that with a dress, I think especially as you being a hostess, if you want to like dress up for the day, would be really nice, because we can't always wear heels with certain type of jobs, but you still want to look very cute and put together. So I think investing in some nice flats and multiple pairs of them, that'll give you that really nice put together look.
Okay. And then I've also been like in the dress mode, but now that it's getting cold, what are some things that I should switch up that I can still be girly, but it don't have to be pants per se?
So what you could do is make your dresses transitional. So for some of the dresses that I have that I was wearing in the springtime, what I'll do now is if it's not super cold where I can still have my legs out, then I'll just wear like a Chelsea boot with the dress and like a jacket if I can still have my legs out. So you can still get good use out of the dress. If not, then opt for a very nice stocking or tight, something sheer in pattern.
All right, Jay. Well, is there any contact information you'd like the viewers to know in order to get any more tips or views from you?
Go to my website, consciousvibe.com. If you want to contact me, I have contact info, like a contact sheet on there. The shirts are at shopconsciousvibe.com. And then all of my social media, all platforms is Conscious Vibe.
All right. Thank you. This is Rocky here with Jayla on What's Hot and What's Not.
like they paparazzi. Oh wait, that's the diamonds that's flashing off of me. They blinding all the chicks that's wishing they were me. I'm sorry girls, they can only be one me.